Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. My name's Heather. I am an intuitive counselor, artist, author, coach, animal communicator, energy healer, yada, yada, yada. If you've been here for a minute, you already know all of that. We started a journey of the 12 chapters of my book, Hey Radiant Souls, and I got sidetracked on some other stuff, as I am known to do. That's just part of who I am. It's part of my charm. But I want to dive back in today to talk about another one of the chapters. And if you are completely new here and you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, the book Hey Radiant Souls is a guide to finding and shining your light, which to me is being your authentic self. So we all are going to be pulled and twisted and pushed off balance from time to time. That's part of the human experience. Even those of us who, we're on kind of that, you can call it the ascension path, the enlightened path, we're aware of the world. We know what's going on. We want to call in bigger and better things for humanity and the planet as a whole. We still have to be here and be human, and we're going to learn our lessons, and we're going to trip over ourselves sometimes. And there are essentially ways to get back on track. And I downloaded this beautiful transmission from my team of spirit guides. And it's a 12-step program basically on how to get yourself back to you. So it doesn't necessarily start from 1 and end up at 12 at any different point in your life. You can be kind of under the umbrella of one of these chapters, one of these themes. So today's theme is embrace your pace. And this one is one that I probably see most frequently with people, and it is the eyes on your own paper, keeping up with the Joneses. Why don't I have what that person has? And it doesn't have to be possessions. It doesn't have to be, why don't I live in as big a house as that person? Or why don't I drive that car? I think if you're here on this channel, that kind of stuff isn't what you're into anyway. But it can be, why don't I hear my guides? Why don't I remote view? Why don't I this? Why don't I that? Bottom line, because you weren't supposed to yet, because you still have those things that you can develop within yourself. So everybody is so very unique. So you don't know what the other side of that equation might be. There's an artist who I love who had a really beautiful blog post about luck, because people were coming to him and saying, how is it that you have this amazing international art gallery and you can just kick out so many beautiful works? You're so prolific. They're so amazing. You must be so lucky. So that's someone saying, why don't I have what you have? Because a lot of times it was other artists saying, man, it must just be luck. So they're looking at his pace and what he has accomplished and saying, why can't I be there? And then they're ascribing a reason to it. And conveniently, that reason was just randomness, because that's what they're saying luck is. And in his blog post, he explained, you don't understand. For years, before I had this beautiful gallery that you see, for years, I was struggling with multiple jobs. I was staying up until 2 a.m, reading about art, trying different techniques, practicing different things that I felt in resonance with. And I would get up at 5 o'clock the next morning and spend the 3 hours before work doing the same thing. So it was every waking minute of every day that got me here, and that drive and that compassion. So don't you dare call it luck. So that's just an example. You don't know what the other person or persons that you're observing, you don't know what it is that they went through that got them to where they are. So really, all that matters is your own pace. And if you feel you are measuring yourself up against someone, that's really more about you than it is about them. So what is it within you that you can kind of catalyze or light a fire under to get yourself going? And how, even more than that, how can you find that self-acceptance with yourself to say, you know what, maybe if we're just looking at like a car race, embracing your pace, maybe the lead car is gonna spin out, or they're gonna run out of gas, or something is gonna happen. And then that's why I had to hold back and I had this reserve of energy and now I can win the race. You don't know. You don't know what is going to happen. We don't have, even psychics and intuitives, timelines change, so we don't always have that perspective. But we can only own our own shit, basically, and we can only stay in our own lane and embrace our own pace. So that's what that chapter is about. Coincidentally or not, the artwork for it is a turtle. Let me read the channeled message that came through for it. Hey, Radiant Soul, why the rush? Your destination is your own. And while it may feel like others ride alongside you, this is often an illusion. Although you see other cars on the highway, their travel arrangements are not the same as yours. They may seem faster, but run out of gas or get delayed at the rest area. Enjoy the scenery, for it is as much a part of your journey as your arrival. Even the traffic jams and construction delays serve your highest good. All is well. Enjoy the open road. Embrace your pace. So, and one of the activities, so the book also gives a couple of activities for you to try on to kind of, try the lesson on for size or integrate it really in your daily habits. And the first activity was to journal. So often when we're saying, why am I not where she is or he is or they are? We are not also acknowledging our own progress, or we're not calling ourselves out on our own laziness sometimes. So the journal activity was to once a week, once a day, whatever frequency makes sense for you, write down 5 steps that you took toward that goal. So if you're looking at someone and saying, I want to be a world famous actor. Okay, that's fine. It's Wednesday, middle of the day. Take out your journal. What'd you do today? Did you do vocal exercises? Did you read a script? Did you take a class? If you did, great. You're doing all you can to kind of get there. That's perfect. You've got traction under your wheels. If you didn't, then either you need a new goal or you need to recommit yourself and figure out what those steps are. So that's it in a nutshell. Embrace your own pace. Eyes on your own paper. Everybody, we're all supposed to have this journey separately and do our own thing and experience it in our own way. So anyway, I hope you found that helpful. I'll see you next time. Bye.